Yes.
Well, the last video, you see that we were doing the auger, and now we are a lot of $1,000 in damage in the back. This shaft is supposed to be like out here. It's sitting over there right now. It's snapped off.
We'll show you when it's off.
We'll get it out and we'll show you what happened. But basically, this bearing seized up. No one can ever tell because it's in here. You can't see it. You don't really hear it. And it wore out a 4-inch shaft, thin enough to where once we did those augers, and with the weight of the feed, it just ripped it off and snapped it in. Yeah. Once it's out in the sunlight, we'll show you. I pressure washed this because it did look horrible. And we'll keep going. It's actually this gear, not that one. For some reason, I was looking wrong. But this assembly is supposed to be down here, and it just right up to there because the main chain drives down there. And yeah, it just pulled it up there. So we'll get it out. So we got it off. Where can I show you? Like this?
Well, I'll put the next one.
That right there was supposed to be about 4 inches, and it's down. Gotta take it.
You gotta get a little tap hammer and just tap it down.
Yeah. It's supposed to look like that. I mean, the threads are the same there, but we'll get it off. We'll show you. She was spinning inside that bearing for a while.
Yeah.
We got the bearing off. It's right here. It's a double bearing. We're thinking one of the sides seized, and that's why it started going, because I mean it always took grease good. So you can tell how it wore down, and then what?
Tell them
how much the bearing? This bearing was $1,200.
I think it's close to 12, something like that. I'm not sure if it's quite that much.
Then we had to order that shaft. That was $1,400.
I can't
guess it right around that range. That was $1,400. And then to top it all off, because that wasn't enough, we next day aired this shit because we need it, and we don't trust our backup. We don't trust the backup mixer to go all weekend. So that was $1,000 almost too. So you put those numbers together. This was a very expensive bearing. It's not really anyone's fault. It's just when we did these augers right here, that just gave it that extra little bit of torque, and it finished snapping it. But we're gonna go inside. You can see our torch line, our welding lines. What?
Give me the torches.
Yep. We forked half of it out where the augers are, and that was enough for us. Well, we're gonna cut this and change this with the rest of the feed in here. We'll clean it out really good so there's nothing in here, and then we'll auger it out because we ain't forking it for no reason.
Yeah, I mean by then.
Yep. Want torches? Yeah. You can show them the bolts, how they look, why we can't wrench them off. The feed ate them up.
I guess you can't really tell well. They're just junk. Maybe this side we can get them, but they'll probably heat. You gotta heat them anyway.
Yep. We're gonna get cutting.
Yeah.
Well, for the fun of it, we tried sticking the gun on and a wrench, and they're coming off.
Well, I got two off.
Well, they're coming. He's gonna clean around them and get the crap out.
Oh, she must love us.
We'll hit a roadblock at some point in this, but...
Oh. Hey, you guys gonna watch it? I'm gonna turn this thing.
Turn to what?
Here, I'll help you. I was looking for a wrench while he was opening up the backside. Where the auger is, you can't get the impact on, but if he heats them, he can get them with just a wrench. Yeah. So there's 3 of them we have to do manually.
Wait, what? What are you good?
And then we can pull the auger that way, and then pull that shaft this way out.
I want to say you just pick the auger up, and that's all you gotta do.
Okay.
We're not touching the front one.
Just put a
This is gonna fall forwards. I just can't touch anything right now. It's just hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we used the tractor, picked it up. He got it out.
Okay.
And we're just gonna use that to hold the auger off.
Where's my pickup? We'll grab the bolts. Hopefully the new bolts in there, and then we'll keep going.
So we got it all out. I will show you. So this is how wide it should be. That's all that's left. That's nuts. That's pretty crazy. So, we better put the new one in. I gotta go pick up some bolts, but that's in. That's gonna get put in now. Christoph, you wanna show them what you have to do on here?
Oh, I think I already did all the bad ones.
Well, basically, a quarter section of this that caught when it flipped, it screwed up all the tips. And he's just going through the grinder.
I guess you can tell right there's a little nib, and before it holds the chain.
Yeah, we're just gonna fix it.
Smooth it out.
We've noticed from this that it's actually been riding a little sideways for a little longer than we thought. Well, I mean, you could tell by the shaft, but it was sitting this sideways because it wore it out. Yeah. You can't see it on camera, but we're gonna get these on the mat. I'm gonna go put that back in. We realized we gotta put the bearing on first. So Christoph, give me the 4 bolts for that. And he is going through the paper of which bushings to put in first, and spacers. And then we'll put that in. And then I'll shove our new shaft in. So this is the bushing.
That's one of them.
One of them. We realized the old one must have blew out the seal that comes next, and that's why it might have heated up and blew. But we gotta put this in, and then we'll put the bearing and everything else in. Oh, it fell.
I'll stick it on afterwards to get it off.
Okay. It's a great place to have my knee. Should I lift it? He is reading his page of the diagram that shows how to put it together so we don't skip any bushings. Spacers, shims, whatever. The right order helps too. I don't think they can hear you. We have been debating on the way these bushings and seals go. There's 3. This black one. We think it goes like this, following what the chart's saying, but it's kind of confusing with the way everything's labeled. But it's supposed to hold it so tight that no feed gets in there, and that's what happened here. Is it all wore out, and feed actually got into the bearing, and that is the cause of failure.
Yeah, we're hoping.
So I'm gonna go in there, pull that out. We've tried this 3 times, and we're gonna try it another time. So first he put the shim. I'm gonna hold this up. This is the second spacer shim kind of thing. And then he's gonna put the bearing in.
I'll make sure I put it in the right way.
That would help.
How is it?
Loose as a goose. Fuck. It just all fell off with you.
Yeah.
So that is counterproductive. So there's 3 bushing / seal shims. There's this thin steel one. Then there's
What's it gonna hold this shim in place?
the other steel thing.
What other steel thing? It still has fucking movement in it.
This shaft will center it.
Huh?
It's the same size as the shaft.
No, it's not.
Oh, this is a shit show.
1 second. Put that in there.
It's the same size as the top part of the shaft.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how far deep it goes in, but this is why we're really struggling.
Maybe that's what sits right there. Okay.
Pretty sure this is how it goes. It goes the thin one, the plastic one, and then the one that has a little lip on it to really pressure it. So now, after trying this every way possible,
Put that last
bolt.
top bolt.
We did figure it out. It goes steel, rubber, kind of weird thingy. Now the problem is we have to center all these with this. So what we're gonna do is slowly tighten these nuts up, and I'll kind of center it manually.
Why, those stay still?
What? Well, this is a square lip, so that rubber one's not gonna just pop into place.
That's what I mean.
So I gotta kind of do it myself.
So you want to pop that on first. Try it.
Okay. The magic was not caught on camera because this damn thing's heavy. But we got it in there, and with a lot of wiggling and turning, we left the bearing loose. We got all the seals and spacers and everything, gaskets, whatever you want to call that crap, lined up. So now, I would like you to tighten that bearing a little so it can't move.
You need a wrench, don't you?
Yeah. It's starting to get dark, so I can't really show you, but we're gonna drop this down. I'm gonna use a bar, hopefully pry it enough, but I can't really record and hold this, so we're just gonna do it. Okay. Well, you're good. So so what we did, we opened up all 4 bolts for the front bearing, and then while it was hanging, I was able to slide this thing forwards an inch. We got it. Now I just gotta spin that back one a little bit. We can put those 8 bolts in. Should be ready to rock and roll on this half, and then we can do everything inside and the back. I did not record that process because there's only 2 of us, and I kind of explained what we did. Okay. I just got done everything in the inside of the mixer while Christoph was assembling this. It is dark out, so we have the spotlight. He's getting the grease line hooked up, and I have to go get the grease gun because there's crap in the bottom of the line before we hook it up. He's putting the gears on, and she should be running tonight for tomorrow morning, because this mixer is much nicer to use than the other one because it's bigger. We're all done this project. Almost. I didn't record anything. It's dark, but it's back together, and from what we've seen, should be all good. They're putting some oil in for that to keep the chains lubed up because it's oil bath, and we got everything greased up. These bearings, they all took grease, and hopefully it works well in the morning.
I think that's good, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a couple inches in there.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, huh? Thanks for watching. Thank you so.
This is a headache of stuff to deal with, but that's what happens. So till the next one.